Bible in a Year, Day 201. Readings from the Holy Bible, Isaiah 21 and 22, Nahum chapter 3. Isaiah chapter 21. Oracle on the wastelands by the sea. The fall of Babylon. Like whirlwind sweeping through the Negev, it comes from the desert. From the fearful land, a harsh vision has been announced to me. The traitor betrays, the despoiler spoils. Go up, O Elam, besiege, O Media. Put an end to all its groaning. Therefore my loins are filled with anguish. Pangs have seized me like those of a woman in labor. I am too bewildered to hear, too dismayed to look. My mind reels. Shuddering assails me. The twilight I yearned for he has turned into dread. They set the table, spread out the rugs. They eat, they drink. Rise up, O princes, oil the shield. For thus my Lord said to me, Go station a watchman, let him tell what he sees. If he sees a chariot, a pair of horses, someone riding a donkey, someone riding a camel, then let him pay heed, very close heed. Then the watchman cried, On the watchtower, my Lord, I stand constantly by day, and I stay at my post through all the watches of the night. Here he comes, a single chariot, a pair of horses. He calls out and says, Fallen, fallen is Babylon, all the images of her gods are smashed to the ground. To you who have been threshed, beaten on my threshing floor, what I have heard from the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have announced to you. Duma, oracle on Duma. They call to me from Seir, Watchman, how much longer the night? Watchman, how much longer the night? The watchman replies, Morning has come again and night. If you will ask, come back again in the steppe, oracle in the steppe. In the thicket in the steppe you will spend the night, caravans of Dedanites. Meet the thirsty, bring them water, inhabitants of the land of Tema. Greet the fugitives with bread, for they have fled from the sword, from the drawn sword, from the taut bow, from the thick of battle. For thus the Lord has said to me, in another year like the years of a hired laborer, all the glory of Kedar shall come to an end. Few of Kedar's stalwart archers shall remain, for the Lord, the God of Israel, has spoken. Isaiah chapter 22. The Valley of Vision. Oracle on the Valley of Vision. What is the matter with you now that you have gone up, all of you, to the housetops, you who were full of noise, tumultuous city, exultant town? Your slain are not slain with a sword, nor killed in battle. All your leaders fled away together. They were captured without use of bow. All who were found were captured together, though they had fled afar off. That is why I say, Turn away from me, let me weep bitterly. Do not try to comfort me. For the ruin of the daughter of my people, it is a day of panic, rout, and confusion. From the day the God of hosts in the valley of vision, walls crash, a cry for help to the mountains. Elam takes up the quiver, Aram mounts the horses, and Kir uncovers the shields. Your choice valleys are filled with chariots, horses are posted at the gates, and shelter over Judah is removed. On that day you looked to the weapons in the house of the forest. You saw that the breaches in the city of David were many. You collected the water of the lower pool. You numbered the houses of Jerusalem, tearing some down to strengthen the wall. You made a reservoir between the two walls for the water of the old pool, but you did not look to the city's maker, nor consider the one who fashioned it long ago. On that day the Lord, the God of hosts, called for weeping and mourning, for shaving the head and wearing sackcloth. But look, instead there was celebration and joy, slaughtering cattle and butchering sheep, eating meat and drinking wine. Eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. This message was revealed in my hearing from the Lord of hosts. This iniquity will not be forgiven you until you die, says the Lord, the God of hosts. Shebna and Eliakim. Thus says the Lord, the God of hosts, Go up to that official Shebna, master of the palace. What have you here? Whom have you here? That you have hewn for yourself a tomb here, hewing a tomb on high, carving a resting place in the rock. The Lord shall hurl you down headlong, mortal man. He shall grip you firmly, and roll you up and toss you like a ball into a broad land. There you will die, there with the chariots you glory in, you disgrace to your master's house. I will thrust you from your office and pull you down from your station. On that day I will summon my servant Eliakim, son of Hilkiah. I will clothe him with your robe, gird him with your sash, confer on him your authority. He shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. I will place the key of the house of David on his shoulder. What he opens, no one will shut. What he shuts, no one will open. I will fix him as a peg in a firm place, a seat of honor for his ancestral house. On him shall hang all the glory of his ancestral house, descendants and offspring, all the little dishes from bowls to jugs. On that day, says the Lord of hosts, the peg fixed in a firm place shall give way, break off and fall, and the weight that hung on it shall be done away with, for the Lord has spoken. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Nahum chapter 3. Ah, the bloody city, all lies, full of plunder, whose looting never stops, the crack of the whip, the rumbling of wheels, horses galloping, chariots bounding, cavalry charging, the flash of the sword, the gleam of the spear, a multitude of slain, a mass of corpses, endless bodies to stumble upon. For the many debaucheries of the prostitute, a charming mistress of witchcraft, who enslaved nations with her prostitution, and peoples by her witchcraft. I come now against you, oracle of the Lord of hosts, and I will lift your skirt above your face. I will show your nakedness to the nations, to the kingdoms your shame. I will cast filth upon you, disgrace you, and make you a spectacle, until everyone who sees you runs from you, saying, Nineveh is destroyed. Who can pity her? Where can I find any to console you? Nineveh's inescapable fate. Are you better than Noamon, that was set among the Nile's canal, surrounded by waters, with the river for her rampart and water for her wall? Ethiopia was her strength, and Egypt without end. Put and the Libyans were her allies. Yet even she became an exile and went into captivity. Even her little ones were dashed to pieces at the corner of every street. For her nobles they cast lots, and all her great ones were put into chains. You too will drink of this. You will be overcome. You too will seek a refuge from the foe. But all your fortresses are fig trees, bearing early figs. When shaken, they fall into the devourer's mouth. Indeed, your troops are women in your midst. To your, to your foes are opened wide the gates of your land. Fire has consumed their bars. Draw water for the siege. Strengthen your fortresses. Go down into the mud and tread the clay. Take hold of the brick mold. There the fire will consume you. The sword will cut you down, it will consume you like the grasshoppers, multiply like the grasshoppers, multiply like the locusts. You have made your traders more numerous than the stars of the heavens, like grasshoppers that shed their skins and fly away. Your sentries are like locusts, and your scribes like locust swarms, gathered on the rubble fences on a cold day. Yet when the sun rises, they vanish, and no one knows where they have gone. Your shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria. Your nobles have gone to rest. Your people are scattered upon the mountains with none to gather them. There is no healing for your hurt. Your wound is fatal. All who hear this news of you clap their hands over you. For who has not suffered under your endless malice? The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.